Hey everybody, it's Sunday, March 12th, 2017, bringing you another car review. Right now it's 11:30 a.m. and it's only 25 degrees. We got spoiled with that 60-degree weather last week, but yeah, it's definitely gone now. So let's have a look at the car for this week. 2008 Mercury Grand Marquis. This car belongs to my parents. And yeah, it's definitely not perfect. As you can see from the paint missing there, it's not clean. We got some more paint missing back here. Pretty unbelievable for a car that's only 10 years old. Grand Marquis LS. For those of you who may not be familiar with this, it does have a V8. Look at that. But yeah, that's pretty much the car. Oh man, we should check out the trunk space. Look at that. You can fit like, what, 4 bodies in there? Or, you know, other things. I don't know. Yeah, let's go for a drive. Alrighty, here we go. Buckle up, fire up, let's go. Alright, so I'm trying to get somewhere in about 20 minutes. That takes about a half an hour to get there, so we'll see how this goes. And this is a cold start, so I'm gonna take it easy at first. All right, so 2008 Mercury Grand Marquis. It's definitely an old person car. There's nothing exciting about it. You know, the exterior, it's all bubbly, smooth, nothing very exciting. Inside, same thing, it's boring. Huge seats. You know, this thing's a boat. Not very many features. I mean, sure, it has leather. It's got power seats. Surprisingly, it does have automatic headlights, it looks like. I do like that this has a digital speedo in addition to the dial speedometer. Not that you necessarily need both, but I like having the digital one so you know exactly what speed the car is telling you you're going at. All right, so let's go over some of the specs of this bad boy. So it's a 2008 Mercury Grand Marquis LS, 4-door, 4.6 liter V8, rear wheel drive, has a somewhat low compression ratio, 9.4. Out of a 4.6 liter V8, this number is really disappointing. 224 horsepower and 275 foot-pounds of torque. Like, what? I mean, this car's not that old. Like, couldn't it be at least 300 for a V8? This 2-valve 4.6, if you don't know from Ford, it's really disappointing and it's very unloved. It gets 15 miles per gallon in the city, 23 on the highway, and it comes in an awful array of colors like light blue, white, black, gray, beige, kind of a, you know, old person colored maroon, I don't know. And it has a 4-speed automatic transmission. 4-speed, really? All right, here's the highway. Let's put our foot down a little bit. Oh, there goes another one. Meh. Nothing exciting, but I don't know, if you need to get out of the way a little bit, whatever, you have some power there. It sounded better than I thought it would, I'll give it that. It is pretty comfortable. It absorbs a lot of the imperfections in the road. It's kind of like riding on a cloud. Between, you know, the suspension, the tires, and the seats, it all absorbs all that extra motion. But there is a downside. On those first few turns when I was leaving, it did feel like a boat, like, well, I don't even that's smooth, but not in a good way. There's so much body roll. Just put my foot down there a little bit, and even going at like 50, it's ready to drop a gear, surprisingly, when you're ready to go. So is it. While we're coming to a stop here, let's see how the radio sounds. Of course, every radio station is on commercial. Yeah, this interface is really boring. Green colored LCD screen. It's functional, but nothing great. Brakes work pretty good for how heavy this car is. I don't know exactly how much it weighs, but I would imagine for the size it's pretty heavy. Let's turn traction control off at this stop. And also while we're here, wow, that's actually pretty bad. I don't know how the equalizer is set, but did not sound good when you crank it up. Got a button here to adjust the brake pedal placement. It's kind of neat, I guess. All right, here we go. Was that 45 miles per hour in first gear? Why? And it had more to go too. It was only at like 4,500 RPMs. Oh, by the way, this thing redlines at like 5750, I want to say. Whoa, I just realized this thing does not have a dead pedal. I was looking at my leg and thinking, it's kind of sitting up here, I'm just like chilling. And I thought, okay, let's look for the dead pedal. It doesn't have one, which, I mean, that might not be too unreasonable for an automatic car, but I mean, for a long cruise, you might want to stretch out, you know, put your leg there and settle out, but that's not even an option here. Oh, and also, since today is daylight savings time change, this clock is wrong. Wonder how easy that is to change. Oh, it's actually really easy. Hit the menu button 2 or 3 times, and then hit the arrow over once. All right, you guys, I have arrived at Parkview Field, the baseball diamond in Fort Wayne. I'm gonna go do some running around here, and then I'll catch up with you guys after I get back. Alrighty, round 2 of some Mercury Grand Marquis madness. All right, so I do have to admit, after a little bit of running, this actually does feel pretty comfortable in here. You know, just sit back in these cushy seats and ride along. Roundabout, here we go. Let's see how this thing does. Oh my gosh, I feel like I have to slow down so much. So much body roll. So my dad and I have driven this car in a 7-hour road trip before, and I mean, it was pretty comfortable then. I don't know how he felt after, you know, 7 hours of driving. He actually drove it back right after that. So basically a total of 14 hours of driving in this car in one day. But I know from a 7-hour ride in the passenger seat, I have to admit it was pretty comfortable. Yeah, so I guess it does seat 6, but I don't know who would want to sit here. Like, look at this gap. Like that is a backrest. That's ridiculous. Engine braking doesn't really do a whole lot. You just let off and all the momentum keeps going. After driving about 20-25 minutes in this thing, I finally found something else to talk about outside of how boring it is. The armrests, they seem like so far away. Like I can barely touch the steering wheel if I have my elbows on them comfortably, and it's just is not a comfortable position. Like I don't want to mess up the driver's position right now too far, but I feel like you're not going to fix this even if you do try to move it around to where you want it so you can have your elbows where they should be. Yeah, I typically take that corner at like 20, 25. Right there, I went down to like 10. So much body roll. We're back home, and all right, so what are my final thoughts on the car? Boring, comfortable, not much power, boring. That's it. Mercury Grand Marquis. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you maybe enjoyed this video. I feel like it's not going to be very exciting, just like the car. Thanks for watching and have a good one.